Temur Obosh here. It's a little bit on the slow side. Yeah, we're going to throw that one back. Alright, this is better. This matchup should be about even. As long as they don't run away with an early Innkeeper draw. Tacos, what's up? How you doing tonight? This deck is too much fun. I can't stay away. And I do think it's really well positioned against the aggro decks that I'm expecting to be very popular in the last day or two of the season. How have you been, Tacos? Oh, nice. That's awesome. Yeah, I've been drafting a bit more than normal as well. Getting ready for the Hunter Pence tournament this week. Wrecked, how's it going? Just playing some Doom Foretold, going back to the roots here. Alright, so this is likely an all-runs Epiphany. They usually run like 3 copies of that and maybe 2 saw it coming. Yeah, it takes some time to get the hang of draft again. I've been on a hot streak, honestly, with my drafts. I think the last 3 I've done have been 7-win drafts. But I'm definitely running better than expected. Alright, so this is our first decision. I think we're just end of turn playing out the Omen here. Start getting something going. Tanuki, it really is. And you know what? The slippers might not be the fanciest or the highest win rate slippers, but man, are they comfortable. This is going to be really interesting. We don't interact very well with the Goldspan Dragon, in that they're almost guaranteed to get at least a little bit of value off of it, since our answers are not until the next turn for the most part. Alright, so I think I'm just taking out the Edgewall Innkeeper here. We luckily already have the Yorion in hand to get the broken binding interaction going. I should grab green so I can actually cast binding. That would have been disaster. Green is lagging a little bit for me. I'll see if I can figure out what's going on there. I might need to restart it after this match. Come on, Arena, you can do it. So they go Goldspan. This is really bad if this is Saw It Coming. If it's not Saw It Coming, I think we're fine. Alright, fortunately we don't have to take any pain from our land drop here. Oh no. Well, it could also be Brazen Borrower. I see them highlighting it, so it's probably Saw It Coming. Alright, now things get pretty tough. You have another binding to cast on the Goldspan. Oh no. Alright, now we're likely just dead. They're gonna put us to 2, assuming they have nothing. What's up, Ash? Well, our first game didn't go so great, but I'm optimistic. I've actually been playing a little bit with this deck on the ladder and just running over a lot of the aggro decks. Let's bring in some Disdainful Strokes and some Disputes for this matchup for sure. And then I don't think I want to bring in more Elspeth's Nightmare. It is really good against exactly the Innkeeper. But we have other answers to the Innkeeper as well. We got 4 cards to cut. Well, they're playing all odds, so Extinction Event should be good. Possible Eliminate's a little bit underwhelming. This is tougher than I thought. I do like the Negate. It's really good against their adventure stuff and against Alrund's Epiphany. Oh, how did those go, Ash? You can trim a Treacherous Blessing. I think actually trimming an Elspeth's Nightmare because it has so few targets other than the Innkeeper. Then 2 eliminates. Another possibility because of Brazen Borrower is we need to go down on the number of Doom Foretolds, since that card lines up really poorly with Petty Theft. Yeah, Azorius Control is sweet. Just takes forever to finish matches, so that's one of the reasons I'm leaning more towards the 4-color Doom. Oh man. Well, I wanted to play this Clearwater Pathway, but that's alright. We'll find another white source, I'm confident. We already have the Wombo combo in hand. What's up, Cadnar? Blood in the Snow, Turgid Yorion. That sounds spicy, Ash. That's awesome. It's going well, Sandman. How are you doing tonight? Yeah, I guess Treacherous Blessing is fine. Could have also just played the Zagoth Triome there and left up Heartless Act. I'll throw one of these in the bin for when we find our Dance of the Manse. Yeah, Snowmana does impact your ability to play like a lot of the good fixing lands. You were also playing some Turgid discard. Nice, Sam. I gotta just throw a copy of Turgid in this deck. Alright, I don't have an untapped green source here. So I think we just play this out tapped, immediately Heartless Act the Lovestruck Beast, just in case they have a Great Henge in hand. Doesn't feel good to give up our only like instant speed removal spell there, but if we get Binding Yorion value going, we should be okay. What did they? Let's see, Kenner. You had Underworld Dreams to play. They played Ugin. They chose to deal damage. Oh, that's awesome, Cadnar. Well, they never see the Peer into the Abyss coming. So now, since they don't have any Foretold Sod Comings, we should be in good shape, because this Yorion is going to resolve next turn. We're also going to have just overwhelming card advantage there. I guess they could Mystical Dispute it, so we should keep an eye out for that. If it feels like they're keeping a Mystical Dispute up, we could always just go Ezekia's Chariot instead. Alright, coast is clear. I apologize for the lag. I'm gonna, definitely try to restart Arena after this match. Good evening, Quick. How have you been? And the nice thing here is they need the combination of like untapped red source, dragon plus brazen borrower to get through the Yorion. That's kind of a lot to ask. What are we pitching here? I think actually the Extinction Event can go. Oh, that's awesome quick. One Corvette gone, a new one coming right up. This seems unbelievably greedy. So, a lot of options here. Could let this binding go. Just get like an Omen and a Chariot down, and then blink them with Yorion. Because it does feel like they may have a mystical dispute here. Sam, I am stoked for Strixhaven. Especially like the newer spoilers that have been coming out. There's a lot of cool tools for the like white decks that are spell based, as well as the Izzet decks. I think I'm really going to enjoy Strixhaven. Alright, so here we can keep up Omen and Negate. And then we can blink everything with Yorion next turn. Nice, Kadnar. I'm proud to be associated with it. Alright, so they're just going to get rid of a 2-2. That's fine. Yeah, and there definitely do seem to be like an increasing amount of cards that tax the opponent. And also some really cool combos where like one of the cards just goes off with Lotus Field in Historic. The one that like counters all abilities unless their controller pays 2. So I could see like a Kiora Lotus Field. I think it's like a cheap white card that does that. And then even maybe the new Simic Planeswalker. Some sort of cool like Bant combo control. Yeah, Boros getting some sweet buffs too. Also Winota definitely going to be a thing with the Double Strike Cleric. I could go for this now. Feels a little bit risky. I'm just trying to think. If I block here, we go to 7. Down to 5, but then back up with the Omen. Let's do this. Let's actually do this here. I was gonna Omen of the Sea plus Negate. I really can't afford to get this countered. Nice Odd Eyes. I did read the whole thing. Yeah, PV's card looks awesome. Actually, just don't need to draw any more cards at this point. The card that Janna previewed is awesome. Yeah, there's some really sweet cards. How did you do, Kadnar? Alright. Play this out. So I think we just attack with the Chariot, make a 2-2. Then we can get like another Omen down, have Heartless Act up. And then the turn after, we're gonna try to get this in end of turn and then blink everything with Yorion. Joe, what's going on? Nice Odd Eyes. I built this deck because I think a lot of people are going to be going with your strategy. And by built, I mean slightly tweaked an earlier version of it. And chose to play it tonight. Yeah, that'll happen, Kadnar. Alright, so let me check my mana I want. Yeah, this is perfect. I can do everything that I want to do here. Alright, so flyer coming in. That's fine. Let them go to attacks before we fire off this Heartless Act. Yeah, because if this is a gold span, I do need to Heartless Act that instead. Man, this is close. They have Miscast. We can still negate plus Omen to stay alive here. They have Stomp, that's fine. We just get a ridiculous turn now with this Yorion and have multiple negates backing it up. It's 96 to 140. That's awesome, Joe. Congrats. Alright, let's go to Value Town. Unlimited value here. Alright, I don't think the opponent's getting through this. Yeah, the swings are crazy this season, Joe. I feel like they're the biggest that I've seen in recent memory. Unfortunately, like, the lost swings are just, like, absurd, too. Alright, so we got 3 counter spells and this Omen. I'm just trying to see, okay. I was going to play this, but I wanted to not leave myself open to double Stomp. Which would have been fine. Exactly, Sam. Right, let's get another Archon in here. Yeah, I have a difficult time figuring out what I want to cut against this deck because they do have a couple very distinct game plans. I think Doom Foretold makes the most sense, especially, again, in the face of Petty Theft. It's pretty rough. Mythic was resolved. How you doing? I can't stay away from Doom. I just can't help myself. But also I think there's going to be a ton of mono red on the ladder, which this deck lines up really well with. And as is tradition, we queue into a very different matchup than we're hoping to find. Oh man, this is so awkward because I actually really like this hand, but the mana does not match up with the spells. What could be really risky, we could find 4 Omen of the Seas or any black sources. But it seems a little bit too greedy. Like any black source in this hand is really good. I don't know. We'll pitch that one back. I think you would have kept it. I was close. I've been known to make a few loose keeps in my time. But at the end, if we just like peel the wrong color mana for a couple turns, I think we pretty much automatically lose. And this is a completely reasonable hand. We've got the counter for the dragon and some early interaction. So they're planning out their lands. They're also probably thinking about if they want to play out an Edgewall Innkeeper here, because often that's the only way they can then get it to like trigger, otherwise they'd have to wait multiple turns. Yeah, so they've decided to go for it. We are going to be able to punish it. I'd love to punish it with the Elspeth's Nightmare. Unfortunately, on the draw, that's going to give them a card. They ran this out here to trigger it with an adventure creature next turn. So let's hope they have another one that they run out next turn that we can Elspeth's Nightmare. You did not, Cadnar. What happened? See if they just like run out of Bone Crusher here. Makes sense. Alright. Elspeth's Nightmare's not looking great. Could put Yorion in hand. So we're one turn before we're going to need this Disdainful Stroke. Let's just put our Yorion in hand, hope we draw a Binding. I don't really use Miscast Iron Bear Sam. I just find it to be too situational. It can be good if you're playing against a ton of Ultimatum. In that case, I think it's really strong. And it is good against the Adventure side of the card. So in that respect, it makes sense in this matchup as well. But overall, I just found it to be a little bit too situational for my liking. Oh, a null? I definitely like a null still. I don't know if it's in this sideboard, but I put it in most of my sideboards. So we are a little bit soft to like untapped Red Source Goldspan here. We do have a Yorion we can try to block. The way that they curved out, I couldn't hold up this Disdainful Stroke. Alright, that's not bad. Yeah, I think we just fire off the Extinction Event again. And hope that they're out of gas. Yeah, wrong, highly situational counter. I like a null better because in the matchups that I bring it in, which is honestly a lot of the aggro matchups, it just has so many good targets. And they're like the highest impact targets post-board. Alright, so if I was just running out the Obosh next turn, I could throw a Yorion out there for no value and then Heartless Act the Obosh. What if they have a Brazen Borrower? In that case, Disdainful Stroke, Heartless Act is better. Okay, I'm just going to pass, I think. Because I don't really want to give them this free value with their Brazen Borrower. Immediately next game, you land squeezed. Oh man, that's rough, Cadno. That's always a little bit frustrating. So there's a Borrower. They're good. Try to run out the Obosh. I'm just deciding if I want to let it resolve in Heartless Act rather than Disdainful Stroke, because I'd rather keep this for the dragon or like an Alrund's Epiphany. So I think we're going to just let this resolve, Heartless Act the Obosh, take 3 here, then run out Yorion. If we have another Brazen Borrower, there's not too much we can do about that. Thanks, Iron Bear Sam. What's up, Silver Oak? And then when they play out the Lovestruck Beast, we get an Elspeth's Nightmare, the 1/1. Oh, nice. Did you tune it a little bit? It feels like it's really close to being there. The mana is just so awkward. James, what's going on? How are you tonight? We're just talking about your stream. Cadnar was telling us how he jinxed you. It is true. Alright. So, if we do this and find an untapped land, I think it's too important for us to get rid of the 1/1 for sure. I'm just going to play around Mystical Dispute, because our life total is getting really low. I kind of think they do have the dispute here, so I'm debating holding off on this. The thing is, they're always going to have it up. Do I really want to wait until our next turn to play it? I guess I do need to hold it up, though, because I need to have this Disdainful Stroke up as well. Yeah, that was what I built it for, Silver Oak. I was trying to pick on the Rogues deck that we thought was going to see an uptick after Arne Huschenbeth took down the championship. Oh, I do care about that because it turns on the Lovestruck Beast. Excellent, Silver Oak. Oh, alright. Fair enough, opponent. At least we've got them up against the wall here. And then I can blink this with a Yorion if it comes to that. Or we can just Omen plus Binding, Yorion loop next turn. That seems pretty gas. And Hallucins, thank you for the follow. Just making sure it leaves me with the right mana to cast Binding, which it does. Oh wow, both of these cards. Although I'm going to have to shuffle one of them away. So, which one do I want more? I think I just need to buffer my life total a little bit here. I actually think I'm supposed to take out the Edgewall Innkeeper here. Let's see, if they find a 1/1, I have to chump block with the Yorion. If they find an adventure creature, though, that nets them a card, super close. I guess it's safer to do this. We're just not dying next turn. And I need to hold this back because of gold spam. Oh, no, I think you're right, actually. It does shuffle after the draw step. I don't know why I was thinking about, like, Doom Foretold timing. That's alright. But yeah, no, I could have drawn both of them. Yeah, James and Iron Bear, you are both correct. Alright, so I can swing, do some Yorion loop shenanigans. I can't quite get the Omen in on that loop, but that should be okay. I mean, so this does leave me dead to, like, this card being exactly a counterspell and then the dragon being on top. But what are the odds, right? What's up, Snowy? It's going great. How are you doing? Yeah, Cadnar, 100%. That's definitely where my mind was. I was thinking of, like, Doom Foretold timing. I think I actually do want this dispute. Yeah, like an Epiphany here. Ooh, Clothis. Interesting. That is kind of annoying. It does mean I have to speed up a bit. Oh, that works. Both of these actually are phenomenal. Alright, we're drawing well tonight. Snowy, how's your week going so far? Oh, glad to hear that. Good game, opponent. Notably, we're not dead to dragon because of this Omen of the Sun. James, were you asking if I refined this deck for rogues at all? I have not. I haven't really run into that much rogues, to be honest. Elspeth's Nightmare's quite good against them. I often put a Glimpse of Freedom in the sideboard for that matchup. So if you are seeing rogues...